Okay, for several $1 trillion, who won the last Olympiad?
Yeah, let's see. I'm not gonna know. But U.S.
Close. It starts with a U.
Oh, I don't know.
Uzbekistan.
Oh,
They won the last Olympiad.
who plays for them?
Abdusattorov. His first name is Nodirbek. Their board two's first name is Nodirbek. Oh, snap. Yeah, they have a lot of good players. Okay, so this game, I'm going to skip around. I'm going to show you the opening, and then Karen's going to quit chess. Then I'm going to show you the end game, and then Karen will rejoin chess. You ready for the opening?
Yeah.
Okay, now, if you've seen me play 10-second chess, then this opening will look familiar.
Okay.
White plays like a complete maniac, but it's like an important Olympiad game, so I don't know. Okay, so as a Carol Khan, White played the advanced variation. I almost sent an email to Yasser and said, look at this game, but I'm too lazy. But I almost did, because he plays the Carol Khan. White should push more pawns. Oh, that's better. Okay. Now, these are two of the best players in the world. What do you think White played here? What are your candidate moves?
Let's see.
The engine gives it as the top choice.
Candidate moves.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I don't know this. I mean, you got to start developing your pieces. I guess knight f3.
Develop your pieces. This is why you have to quit chess.
What?
Well, it's
bishop g2.
The answer is funny. See, you're giving like normal moves. He played rook h3, and that's the engine move. The engine says rook h3.
Oh, he developed his piece.
Okay, now for $1 trillion,
Yeah.
what's the second best move according to the engine?
Maybe rook a3.
Correct. Yay, we're rich. Yeah, the engine says this is best and this is second
that's
best.
why they move the pawns out then, I guess. So
Yeah.
they get the rooks
Okay.
out.
The engine says that White's better here. Okay, h5, right? Okay, now White played the engine move. Chuck Edelman subscribed. Thank you.
White played, let's see.
Hey, Officer Predke, we're very upset.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Rook b3. That's the engine move.
Okay.
Can you imagine that you were playing in a chess tournament, a slow tournament, and that you had White here?
Can I imagine it?
Yeah, you move all your pawns every move, then move your rook.
No.
This is like what I would expect at some kids tournament where the kids don't know how to play. Okay, and the engine says White's playing great. Okay, queen c. Now, the engine wants to take on h5. He played g5. Still says White's better. g6. Okay, now this move is not given by the engine at all. And again, it goes to show you need to quit chess because the way these guys play chess now, it's not, you can't, it has nothing to do with the way we learn chess. So the engine says knight e2 and c4 are the best moves. He moved his rook again. Rook e3. It doesn't like that move so much. Still says it's equal. Bishop g4. Knight e2. e6. Always play f3. Now it says king f2 is the best move. He played b3. Now it says black is slightly better. They played rook c3, which is a bad move. But look at the way white's playing. That's crazy.
I agree.
Okay, it doesn't like that move. Yeah, now it says black is close to winning. Rook h3. Okay, and then the rest of the game, whatever. Okay, now we'll get to the end of the game. Okay, they got to this position where black is winning. Black has everything. White just has weak pawns. White's bishop is useless. Black's crashing through everywhere. Okay, and he took on a4, which is correct. Rook a8. Rook g2. And in this position, black threw away the win. The engine says knight takes d3 is winning. He played rook takes a4. Now it's closer to a draw than a win. White has one move. What's the only move white can play so that he doesn't lose?
I'm not sure.
When I was in Germany, I learned the phrases keine Gegenspiel and ohne Schinken. And the point is, in English, it means without. So without counterplay, and I was a vegetarian, so without meat. But the words for holding it were different. When it was counterplay, you said keine Gegenspiel, keine. When it was meat, you said ohne Schinken. So you have to give white no counterplay if you have black. That's why rook takes a4 is a mistake. So white has one move that gets counterplay. But still, if you're a vegetarian, you can have Gegenspiel, but ohne Schinken. What's the one move that gives white play, where white can do something? Just one move.
Well, you can't move those pawns, so it's not that. I guess you could go bishop e2.
No, then you still don't have counterplay. You have to be able to get some action. If bishop e2, I can take your rook and then take your f pawn. And
king
then,
d2? I don't know.
King d2 is not good
Attacks
because
the
if rook takes check, and if pawn takes, I skewer your king and rook.
I don't see that. I don't really see a lot of ways to get
I'll give you a hint. Jim Morrison would find it. He would break on through to the other side.
Well, I mean, g6.
G6. Right.
Oh.
Now, probably the game is a draw. Probably. The idea is if you take on g6, I double up on the bubble up. And now the game is a draw. In fact, white's threatening mate. Check, 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 mate. Yeah, now black has to be careful to draw. Okay, so after g6, it's probably a draw. He played knight takes d3, check, pawn takes. You can't play rook takes because then I take, and then I take on f4, and I'm taking all your pawns. So you need your rook to protect. Check, king d2, d4, threatening rook check, and rook takes rook. Rook g3 is forced. Check, takes, takes. Okay, white has one move that draws. What is it? And a bonus question would be, how many legal moves does white have? It's a good bonus question.
All right, but let me just focus on one thing at a time. And king e2. Or I guess I could block. Yeah, maybe that's better. Rook d2.
Rook d2 is the best move. Right. It's what he played. Okay, now he played rook h3. The engine thinks rook b3 gives black better winning chances. But he played here. Then he played b6, which draws. King e8, stopping rook d7. Rook c4, here comes the rook. Rook g4. He played king e2. It says every move draws here. Everything's a draw. That's one of the drawing moves. Okay, and I started watching this position, and I was expecting rook check, king moves up, rook check, and take the pawn. Okay, and he played king f2, which surprised me, but it also draws. Rook b1. And every move draws still. Okay. And this position, black played the only way to try to win. And to get better at chess, you have to find moves like g6 in the previous question to get counterplay. And then this position, which is a draw, you have to find a way for black to try to win.
Right. Well, I mean, you're in check, so you gotta move the king.
Mm-hmm. Right. So you have to give a plan for black. How can black win?
Well, I mean, you can take the B pawn.
No, you're in check.
I'm saying after you get out of, I've already said you have to get out of check.
Right, but if you get out of check, I'll check and take your pawn.
Oh, yeah, you already pointed that out. I was thinking that after I had a check, I could gobble up the B6 pawn.
Mm-hmm. Then you could win. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can run your king up over here and try to.
That's correct. That is what he did. And that's the George Jefferson way of trying to win. You got to be moving on up
Yeah, 'cause you can
to
ride
the
queen.
king side. So that's what he did. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then this is the only drawing move, and he played it. And then king h5. Okay. According to the engine, white has two drawing moves. He played one. Rook g7, cutting the king. And now, if you play rook takes pawn, then I check, you go back, and I play like king f3 or king g2, and you can't, like, what do you do? King's cut off. So he played the best winning try, which is h3. And after defending very well, since we looked at the game from g6, white blundered in time trouble. The engine says king f3 draws and b7 draws. Now, the way b7 draws is actually funny, and I understand why he didn't see it. After b7, h2, the way to draw here is to promote. Takes king g2. And if you win my f pawn, then I win your e pawn, and it's just one pawn each. And if you defend your pawn, I go here, and now I'm threatening to draw with the super rook by just checking you with my rook. And if you take my rook, it's stalemate. So it's a draw. Although I don't need to do that. I can play rook here, 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 rook here. And when you play rook here to take my pawn, then I can go here and take your pawn and draw. Okay, so this is a draw. The engine says also drawing is rook to g8, which I wouldn't do because black could make a knight. I don't know. But this is also a draw. Okay, instead of playing b7, he played rook g5 check, which is a blunder. Now black's winning. It's the first time black's been winning since black allowed g6. Which move wins, king h6 or king h4?
I guess, yeah. Seems like you'd have to go king h6, because won't you lose? That's wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, it's king h4.
Oh, king h4.
Yeah, after king h6, then I just play king g3 and it's a draw. But
I thought, oh, because the pawn's protecting the rook. I was thinking you could skewer, but I forgot the rook's safe now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so white played b7. Black took. Rook e6. Rook check. Now, I have a question. If white played king g1, which he didn't do, black has one winning move. But he didn't play king g1 because he saw the winning move. So he played something else.
One winning move. Let's see. There. Look at there. Oh yeah, then I can eat the pawns. Maybe rook g2.
That's the only winning move.
Yeah, because then
Rook
you're
g2.
forced to trade.
Yeah, and then
And you can go eat those pawns.
then you promote to a bishop and a knight. Okay. Somebody asked why this doesn't win. We just looked at this. This is a draw. Okay. So he played king f3. Rook check. And then h2. And the idea is if you check and take my pawn, I check and take and so forth. Okay, and in this position, white played rook h6 check. After king g2, which was not played, black only has one move that wins. But he didn't play king g2 because he saw it. So he played something else. What's the only move that wins?
Let's see. Darn, I'm not sure.
I'm trying to learn solve it. What? Thanks, cheesy gazebo. Flattery will get you everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have to play rook g3 check.
No, I didn't even consider that.
Then he has to take.
Right.
And then?
Then you promote And then you take...
Which one? Only one wins.
Only one wins?
Yeah, queen.
Yeah, which is queen. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want something else, I won't take it.
Oh, I was confused. So...
And black wins. Okay, so white didn't do that. White played rook check. Black played the only legal move. Obviously, rook takes pawn, loses to rook here check, and rook takes rook. So he played king g2. And in this position, black played a move and white resigned. But I still don't like the move. I saw the other move, which the commentators pointed out after I saw it. Mm-hmm. So he played rook b6, defending his pawn, and white resigned, because that's it.
Right.
But that's not the right way to win. What's the better way to win here? Better than rook b6, which forced resignation. It's still better.
The better way to win.
Mm-hmm. This gets you lots of style points.
Let's see. Check.
I've never played in an Olympiad because I've always played for the U.S. and I've never been top 5 in the U.S. I have been to an Olympiad, 1990, in Novi Sad, Yugoslavia, a country which no longer exists.
Yeah, I don't know.
You queen. That's what he should have done. Now you can take with the king or the rook. You take with the king, I check, and so forth. Mm-hmm. If you take with the rook, then I check here, and then check here, and Selimim shows. See, that's how you win. You queen and the guy resigns. Not rook b6. Terrible. Boo. That's why he'll never be world champion, and Gukesh and Arjun rule the world. So that's too bad, because the guy was much worse or losing the whole game. Then finally he plays g6 and he has counterplay. He plays perfectly to draw. Then he plays rook g5 check and he's losing. And the game only took about 6 hours. That's the most fun you can have.
Yeah. That's pretty disappointing.
Can I quit chess again? Speaking of quitting chess, I got a text from Patrick Wolf today.
Yeah.
And he said, "Are you playing in the Alex Scherzer Memorial November 1st to 3rd?" And I said, "I've never heard of this tournament." So then I looked on the web, and it's in like Virginia near DC. I guess not very far from certain mods that we can't mention because we'll dox them. But I looked at the pre-registration list. There's already 5 grandmasters playing. It's for 2,200 and above only. And I said, I'm retired from chess. I think I'm going to stay retired. Because, that tournament seems too strong. If there were a bunch of 1,100 players that I could, in his memory, but I can't lose all my games. That would be bad for his memory.